Welcome back. We've got Chef Anthony in our Chef Anthony test kitchen this morning, and we are talking about some Thanksgiving alternatives today. So I'm kind of excited about this.
So am I.
Although I love turkey, don't get me wrong, I love turkey, but it's always cool to learn other options.
Yeah, so with turkey being a primary thing for Thanksgiving, one of the things we want to talk about is what can you do if you can't find a turkey? So over the course of the next few weeks, we're going to be talking about alternatives for turkey, chickens, pork roast, beef, just about anything else that you can provide, even maybe hopefully some duck. Just alternatives that you can do that still hold a classic essence to them, but a little bit more affordable, a little easier to find.
Okay.
So we're going to do some trussing, we're going to do some roulades, we're going to do some, hopefully do some turkey breast. Duck breast. I'm kind of excited as the things that we're going to
It's something we're doing later this morning. You just touched on trussing a roast. We're going to be working with is it a beef roast?
It's a beef roast we're going to work with this morning. Trussing is an old school butchery technique where you tie the roast together so that you can actually bring it and it holds the same shape. Gives you a nice even roasting when you go to do it. Most people nowadays, they take a roast, they throw it in the crock pot, they throw some seasonings in the water and then leave. Mm-hmm. Well, it really doesn't take real long. If you can tie it the night before, then you can have it ready. You can roast it off the next day and still have something really wonderful where your roast actually has body to it and doesn't just fall apart.
Okay. Well, you've been a very busy man, I understand.
Yes.
There was some big country music artist in Branson, I think, last weekend.
Yeah, Garth Brooks at Thunder Ridge.
Yeah.
That was a lot of fun. I got to go down there and work with Chef Kev D. He is like the celebrity chef to celebrity chefs, and you can see these are the signs that Bass Pro put up on the way in. They're actually quite amusing. They were celebrating their 50th years. I got to meet Johnny Morris, and he was talking to us about Take It From Garth.
Take It From Garth, okay.
So it was actually a lot of fun to see some of this stuff, and we had so much fun. We were there really, really early in the morning, but we got to do all sorts of stuff, and we did these beautiful chicken popsicles, smoked brisket.
Who were you cooking for?
Garth Brooks and all the fans in the VIP section. Garth Brooks, Johnny Morris, the Petersons. It was a lot of fun.
Did you get to meet Garth?
He walked through the kitchen.
He walked through guys.
He walked through the kitchen and he went, food was great, guys. He was right behind Johnny Morris. They were heading through the VIP section, heading out. So it was really exciting. You can see on there we did bourbon butter Brussels sprouts that were just wonderful. I'm not a big Brussels sprout person, but I couldn't get enough of those.
Yeah.
So they were really, really good. And the chicken popsicles are a chicken thigh where we push the meat up on the bone so it looks like a popsicle or lollipop. And then we roasted off and we coated them in this tangy Asian zing style sauce. Came a little bit of a bite and they were really good. So
we might have to try that on the morning show.
Oh yes, we'll have to give that a shot. We were estimated to feed 400 people on Saturday. We fed 635.
Wow.
So it was quite the event. I got to see the concert from a perspective I've never got to see before. But if you do ever get a chance to go out to that venue, Thunder Ridge, and this is Chef Kev D right here.
And I'm sure they will learn from experience and do better on their parking issues next time around.
Yes, so. I'm sure they will. There were some problems with that, but everything that we did, everything we got to experience, once people got in, once you got parked, it took nothing to get through the gates, get to through the venue, get through all the fan stuff, because they were pulling people through about as fast as they could. Mm-hmm. I think they said they were processing somewhere around 100 people every 5 minutes.
Yeah, I think the problem was mainly the shuttles, and they said the shuttles were all sent to Florida, so they didn't have any way to get people to the gates, unfortunately.
Unfortunately, that was it. But we had a lot of fun doing it. The amphitheater is probably one of the best theaters I've ever been to see a show. There's not a bad seat in the house. So it was a lot of fun getting to see that and to experience something new and outside the box. I've never got to see Garth Brooks live. So for me, that was kind of a big fan moment.
And it's really cool that you get to do these things because you can take what you learn back to the classroom.
Yes, I take everything that I did back to the classroom. Like Chef Kev, he serves a lot of desserts and stuff on mirrors and food on mirrors so that it provides this very beautiful display. And there was a picture of it up there. The mirror took 4 people to carry to put it out on display.
Wow.
So we filled it full of desserts and people were just loving it and excited for it. So we're going to take that back to the classroom and we're going to talk about that when we do our presentation models about using something like that to present and provide things out. They had these very beautiful cutting boards that were made from trees that were on the site where they built the amphitheater. And on the bottom of it was the approximate location where on the site it was from.
Cool.
So
All
it's
right.
a lot of fun.
Well, we're about out of time for this segment, but like when we come back on the KOA Morning News on Fox 14, we're going to start hopefully using some of your new skills you learned.
Oh,
and
yes.
learn how to truss a roast and talk about more Thanksgiving alternatives. Plus, we've got to talk more details about the upcoming baking competition.
Oh, yes, that's coming fast.
All right. We will be right back.